All right, so here we are. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was on a phone call. We are getting ready to do reveal number 864. Hey man, I got to get it changed here. There we go. Okay. All right, so we got a 1959D roll that we're going to start plugging away at here. Got two reveals for today. And then we are... I got to get back to my inventory work. So here we go. Open up the roll, get the coins out. I get my pick out here. There you go. Get my pretty pick. There we go. Now, put the coins down here. Nanostacks, good day to you. All right. We are good to get started. 1959D. Coin number 1. Goes to Jim Fletcher. Let's see what Jimbo gets. First coin. Not an RPM. Nothing on the eye. Nothing on Liberty. We'll look at the reverse of the first 10 coins. See if we find anything. And nothing there. So, coin number 1. Had a nothing in it. Let's try coin number 2. Number 2 now for Mickey. Alright, nothing on the date or mint mark. An I. Over to Liberty. Nothing there. Try the reverse. Late dice date. See how the outside edges of the letters are basically just fanned straight out to the rim? That is a sign that you have a very late dice date coin. Or a very late dice date die. Because, well, the two sides don't always get changed together. So you can have two different dice dates per side. So it wouldn't technically be correct to call that a late dice date coin. Is this an RPM? It looks like it might be. Let me get my lighting a little closer. I think it is. No, that looks like a fleck of something on the coin. The lighting doesn't change on it. The upper serif. There we go. The upper serif is doubled. So we'll hang on to this one. Find us a good marker. Looks like we have a die dot next to the 1, but that's not quite good enough. There's a couple of die scratches. There's a couple of angled die scratches above the 1. There's one right here and one right here. So we can use those as our marker for this one. There's also a couple coming off the top of the 1 I just noticed. So we can use that. So there we go. First RPM for the roll. Coin number 2 goes to Mickey. Oh, this is coin number 3, sorry. Coin number 3 going to Brad. I'm trying to check something out here real quick to see if I'm not missing something here. I'm not. Okay. Big old thick die scratch up above the T there. Let's flip it over and check the other side. Let's see if we have anything there. And I don't see anything. So, Brad, RPM. I'm going to have to identify this sometime later. Coin number 4 now. Farm Dog. On to Farm Dog. And what do we get? Yeah. See if that lower serif does anything for me. No. Got a few little tooling marks on some of the spots in the date, but that's all I can see. Not anything on the obverse. Let's check the reverse real quick. Basically what I'm looking for is any doubling toward the rim or any notching on the corners of the letters. I always check the center for some reason. There's nothing on that. So let's move on up to coin number 5. Number 5 goes to Sissy. And this... yeah, this isn't anything, actually. A couple of little tiny die scratches out in front of the eye. Got some wax on this coin from either the paper or the counting machine. Okay, got nothing there. Coin number 6, Carl. Let's see what we run into with this. Oh, different die, okay. Different die scratches. No RPM, no doubling on the date. Nothing on the eye. Got a big carbon spot. And nothing there. Let's check the reverse on this one. All right, nothing there. And we move on. I guess Sunday morning must not be a very popular time to do broadcasting. Don't have very many people. Shows that I've only got 3 people viewing the stream. Me, you, and a dog named Blue. Oh, Frostbite's streaming right now? Yeah. I thought he was over at 11 o'clock. Coin number 8 now. Mr. Weber. Nothing there. Check the reverse. And nothing. Okay. Number 9. Evolution Revolution. What do we have here? Nothing on the date mark. Got nothing on the motto. Nor Liberty. Flip it over. Got nothing there. All right. Doug, Dirty Water. Good morning to you. Number 10. Carrie's coin has a big spot. Yuck. I want good stuff. The more I find for you, the better the show is. The better the show, more people come watch it. Last one, I'll be checking the reverse. A big old die chip on the upper right cornice there. That is a very common weakness point for the memorial reverse. If you're going to find die cracks and die chips on a memorial reverse, and the right cornice top and the last couple of columns are the places to look first. Alright, nothing on that one. Ended up with one whole RPM so far. We're on coin number 12. Good morning, DC. And it's got a little minor split serif. We'll hold this one out, see if it's already listed. Die chip inside the upper part of the R in Liberty. Now coin number 13. Back to Mickey. This is the same die, I believe. Let me check these die scratches next to the 5. I think this might be the same die as that RPM that I pulled out on coin number 3. And that one was for Brad. So let me look. I've got 2 little die scratches below and to the right of the 5. So let's check this other coin. No, not the same die at all. So this one could be damage on that upper serif. Or just not enough. We'll just go with not enough there. Alright, that's for Mickey. Coin number 14 now. Kurt Pierce. Alright, nothing on that one. Number 15, back to Brad. Nothing there. All right. Number 16. Moving right along. We go back to Carrie. Well, Carrie doesn't have a spot this time, and she has an RPM. I do believe, yeah, that is an upper serif RPM there. There it is. Upper and lower serif. This one is a new die to me for this roll. Got little die cracks coming off the top and bottom of the 9. Okay. So Carrie's going to have an RPM. Like seeing that. Get some stuff out to our newer people. Alright, this one's for Blaine. Nothing there. This is the one that kind of sort of looks like a doubled eyelid until you turn it just right. And you can see it's a bunch of little die scratches. So nothing there. We've kind of gone to a mantra of only listing stuff that we believe you'd be able to see on a circulated or very late die state coin. If it is really, really minor and it's on a really early die state coin, well, that's why you can see it. Probably half of all the coins made have some doubling to some degree, depending on how close you're going to look and what you expect to see. So everybody kind of has to have standards. And as far as I'm concerned, Cherry Picker's Guide standards are too tough. But they did it that way so they could publish a book that had everything in it. There is no way I could publish a book that has everything on copper coins in it. So, yeah. Let's see. Nope. Not Naya. That's for Otis. Let's check coin number 21. We're going to hit blackjack for Jim. No. Not with this one. All right. Number 22. Oh, back to Jim again. Another different die. Nothing there. Let's try coin number 23 now. Got Sissy on that one. That is our little RPM that we had just picked out, coin number 16 for Carrie. Now we've got one for Sissy. Little double split upper serif and little die cracks coming off the 9 of the date. One going over to the 5, one going up to the northeast, and one going down to the southwest. So, interesting stuff there, as my brother would say. Kurt, coin number 24. Let's see. Oh, another different die. I haven't noticed this one yet. Nothing there, unfortunately. Let's try coin number 25. Tim? So as we speak, my plans for the week are changing. I had planned on heading out to the fun show early in the morning tomorrow, and that's not going to happen. So then I called the guy who I meet in Florida for inventory, and he has nothing. So skip that. So there's really not much purpose in taking off from here until the wee hours of Wednesday morning. So not leaving Monday, not leaving Tuesday. We'll be leaving Wednesday. Coin number 27. Something to be said for doing some talking practice before you start broadcasting. I haven't spoken yet today. My throat's all closed off because I haven't spoken yet today. So, what is it? 11:20 was when I got this started. 25, and I had not spoken other than a telephone call. I had not spoken today at all. Going 28 now for Carl. Well, we've seen this die. It's not going to have anything on it. Earlier dice date, though. Some nice, relatively early strike coins coming out of this. Some late ones, too, so not all of them are early. Another early one. Just nothing there to pull. Speaking of pull, well, since we've no place to go until Wednesday, I can't do that because I still have to mail. I was going to say we could do a pull Tuesday, but that's not going to work because I still have to leave early Wednesday. Don't have time to do a pull and get all the mail ready. We'll do a pull next week sometime after I come back from Florida. Paul Hampton. That's a normal one, unfortunately. Coin 32. Out to Dan McCumber. Hello, Paula. Happy New Year. Must have just got done with the stream. I'm kind of thinking that's the shape of an RPM right there. Let's check that lower serif with my... Yeah, there you go. There's 3 serifs down there. 3 serifs make up this one. Turn this just right, and you'll start seeing those splits. There we go, just like that. I'm getting a little faster at this. There we go. Nice, right? Bubulous. Correct. Bubulous. That's a new word for your test at the end of the session. It's bubulous. And this is not the same die that I've been pulling out. This is yet a different one. So we're going to have to watch this particular series of die gouges. But that is an RPM I do not readily recognize. Did not realize until now that the master die doubling that shows up on 1960 large dates is also a 1959D. You can see right there, if I pull in a little closer, just a little, there we go, that, you can see that the top of the E is in 2 pieces. It's broken. That is a sign of 1960 master die doubling, but I guess that master die was used in 59. I didn't know that. Just an interesting note. Nothing special. All right. Moving right along, we got ourselves another new RPM. This one for Dan McCumber. Let's try the next coin, Farm Dog. What do we have for Farm Dog? You know, this one's normal. Probably going to get to see Farm Dog this week. That'll be fun. Probably do dinner together somewhere. We usually do that in St. Charles when I go up to the St. Louis show. But he's going to be in Florida. So I'll be in Florida. And Mickey and Robbie and Eric, Alan, Adam Connor said he was going to try to visit us. I'll be at the show and do dinner. That'll be interesting. That'll be fun. Right, DC? Evolution Revolution. Next coin. See what we have. Spots. That's got spots. I don't like spots. Yeah, it's kind of icky. Nothing there, though. That's the important part. No die variety that time around. Let's take a look at coin number 36 for Sissy. Name's all crooked in there. I have to control my OCD. That's what the name of the game here is. Control your OCD, Chuck. Do not get into that flip trying to straighten the name. Not allowed. Do not do it. Stop thinking about straightening that name up. Put the coin in the flip and put it down. There we go. Stop thinking about that flip now, because you have a job to do, Chuck. You have other coins to view. What's up, Southern Coin Hunter? Well, I'm learning to control my OCD. And now I'm not thinking about it anymore, so I can move on. You have just seen another battle won. For most relatively intelligent people, a little bit of training and a little bit of thought throughput, you can force yourself to stop doing things of bad habit. And I seem to be one of those people who is capable of breaking bad habits, because I did quit smoking 11 years ago. So it's been 11 years since I lit a cigarette. That kind of tells me I probably don't ever need to do it again. Oh, who was this coin for? Carrie. Carrie. It is a normal coin, though. All right, coin number 40. Taco John. If now I could ever just learn how to stop stuffing my face with sugar, my diabetes would be in much better control. Actually, it is in pretty good control. For the most part, my blood sugar stays below 150 now. But, yeah, that's only because it's being controlled with a number of different medications. Looks like a split lower serif there. Just a little tiny baby split right there on the bottom of the D. We'll hold this one out, let Eric take a look at it, see whether it has what it takes to be committed to the Hall of Fame of Copper Coins Dies. Coin has to have the right stuff to be included. This is that other relatively small RPM, but this one will be a lister for sure. It's got those die gouges. Die gouges everywhere. Nothing doubled, just like the last one I got like this. Now Paul is going to have one. Coin 43. Doug Rizek. Oh, not a no, but a hell no. Got nothing. Cinnamon pills? What does that do for you? There's another one of those RPMs. Right there. Yeah, I'm really not sure what cinnamon does for you. But if it does something really good, I've got plenty of it in my cupboard. Nothing there. Unfortunately, a 1967 roll is going to be a good one or a bad one. It's there's no in-betweens. Only know of a couple of different double dies. And there are no RPMs in 67 because there were no M's in 67. If you know the jargon, you followed me just fine right there. Can't be a repunch mint mark on a die for which there is no mint mark. It helps with sugar levels, huh? Huh. Well, I didn't know that. 5 a day. You take those all at different times? I can barely remember to take pills twice a day, and I've been doing it for years now. Cinnamon. I didn't know that. Cinnamon. That's about the only way I've had cinnamon recently, is either on a snickerdoodle cookie or on cinnamon sugar toast. I tell you, folks, the addiction is real. A little lower split serif RPM there. It is real. 5 pills at once at night. Huh. Well, if I took those 5, that would put me at night at 4 pills. No, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 pills. 8 pills at night. And then I do 6 during the day. So it'd be 14 pills a day to keep this old man running. I guess there is an alternative, much less desirable alternative. Last coin in the roll now from Mickey. Let's take a look and see if we get something good. And no. Normal coin. Well, that's that. For this one, I hope you have time, and we'll go out to the lobby, find reveal number 865, and join me for that one. That'll be the last reveal I do before I leave for Florida. It'll be a 1967 roll, not a 67p, because we don't know where it was minted. I am so anal. I'm helpless, hopeless, incorrigible. All right, I'll see you guys in a few minutes.